Hi and welcome to Outwell. In this film I'm going to talk you through the features of our Bahia 5, which is from our Superior collection. So you can see here that the Bahia 5 is a tunnel design tent which sleeps up to 5 people. With it being in our Superior collection, you'll find that the fly sheet that we're using on here is our Outtex 6000. This is a polyester material which has been PU coated on the inside. All of the seams have been fully taped and it has a hydrostatic head of 6000mm, ensuring that it is completely waterproof. You'll also find on the fly sheet that on all the dark blue panels, you'll see we have embossed the Outwell logo on there just to give it an extra touch of class. The frame that we use on here is the Outwell Hybrid frame. What that means is we actually have two different components to the frame. We have the steel poles, which are for the main body of the tent, ensuring real strength and durability. And then between each of the steel poles, we then have the Duratec fiberglass poles. Like I say, this creates our hybrid frame system. Now this actually has two advantages. One, it actually makes this tent a full frame tent, which is freestanding, enabling you to, once it's all pitched, to actually be able to pick it up and move it exactly where you want it on your campsite. The other thing that it does is it creates these eyebrow porches on the outside here, which then allows us to have large ventilation areas here, which we'll show you in detail from the inside of the tent. Some other features that you'll find here is that we're using the innovative Outwell wind stabilizer system. You can see that it's utilising these Velcro tabs here, and these wrap around the poles like so, and then are fastened into position. There's one at the top and at the bottom of every pole, and these are attached to our guy lines. When we then pull the guy lines out and peg them in place, it pulls the whole fly sheet against the frame of the tent and ensures that it's going to be very, very stable even in very high wind conditions. Another feature that we use on here is our easy pegging system. This is where we supply you with 3 different types of pegs for the tent. So we have our solid steel peg here, which is our anchor pegs for the 4 corners on the tent. We then have our luminous plastic peg, which is obviously for all of the luminous guy lines. And then we have our black plastic peg here, which is for all of the black pegging points around the side of the tent, ensuring that you get the right peg in the right place. So obviously I mentioned the fact that we have the luminous guy lines here, and then a nice feature is the fact that we have a guy line retainer for every single one. So when it comes to packing down the tent, you can wrap up your luminous guy line, pop it in here so that the next time you come to use the tent, it's easily accessible. Another feature on here is you'll see that we're using large windows down the side, and then we have lots of smaller windows around the front, and each one of these windows has been tinted, which serves 2 key functions. One is to reduce the amount of glare from the sunshine inside the tent, and the second is to give you lots more privacy as well. You'll see on the front here that we also have some mud valances, allowing you to have the water running down and away from the inside of the tent. When we step round to the front, you'll find that we have a good sized front door here, certainly full height, and that allows you to walk straight in and out of the tent, and it's also a good size, enabling you to get all your furniture and different bits and pieces in here as well. One thing just to point out is that the 2 side panels either side of the open door here can be fully zipped open, and then the panels next to them can be rolled back, and that actually allows you to have a full open fronted tent here. When it's like this though, you'll see that we have our panorama room. Now what that means is the tent is curved all the way around the front, and then each individual panel then has its own window. If you're concerned about privacy, there's no need to be, because we, for every window, have a curtain which is just tucked away and into its pocket here, and then if we take these out, you'll see that they're actually zipped curtains, and that allows you just to choose exactly how much privacy you're getting or how much light you're letting into the tent. Now just behind me here, you'll notice that we have added on the optional extra of our cuisine pod here, which obviously can be zipped onto either side of the front of the tent as well. When we step back into the main living section of the tent, you'll see that it's separated with this large dividing wall, which has some ventilation panels at the top, and then it has the tinted windows underneath here, and again both of these have zipped curtains on there as well, so you can close that off. But the nice thing here is you can actually open this door completely up just to create one large area. Speaking of areas, you'll certainly be aware of just how much space there is in this area. You can see I'm around 1.95 m and I've got plenty of head height above me, and there's lots of space in the tent as well for furniture and storage and things like that. Now I mentioned earlier on about the hybrid frame creating excellent ventilation, and you can see a good example of that here. So in every single panel in the tent we have this unique ventilation at the top here. So the way we have it right now is obviously with the mesh panel closed over, but just with the use of these stylish zip pullers, we can open this up completely just to create an open space, as you can see here, or we can then close the mesh and there's a curtain here which can then be zipped completely closed as well. Some other features on the bedrooms include these mesh storage pockets on the outside here, ideal for all your smaller bits and pieces. And then you'll just find that on the zips of the doors themselves, you'll see that we actually have piping that runs all the way along here, again, which is colour coordinated with the tent. But from a functional point of view, it also ensures that when you're opening and closing the zips, again with these stylish zippers, that they don't catch on any material. You'll also just see here that the bedroom doors also have mesh panels across the top, which obviously we have the curtain closed behind at the moment, but that can be opened up fully to give you, again, more ventilation. We also have our universal bedroom system here, so what that means is we can unclip the bedrooms around the front and around the back, and then by taking the zips that are in the middle here, if we open them up, you can drop this bedroom down completely, leaving yourself with one big bedroom and then even more living space. Inside the bedrooms, we have plenty of features to talk about here as well. So you'll find we have some storage pockets within the bedrooms, again, great for smaller bits and pieces that you may have. And then at the top, we have a large ventilation panel which corresponds to outside ventilation on the tent. And you'll notice that the panel of material on top here is a darker colour just to ensure that you get a good night's sleep and you're not going to get woken up too early with the light coming through. You'll also see that we have a large sheet of material that separates the two halves of the bedrooms, and that can be fully opened up. Then on this side here, you'll also notice that there is a door. Again, this can be opened up, and then that gives you access to a zipped panel where if you choose to have one of the optional extras with the tent, for example the storage pod, you can put that in there and have access into that area. The ground sheet that we use in the tent is a double coated polyethylene, and at the back of the tent it's fully sealed all the way around the bedrooms on all four sides, ensuring that you're not going to get any bugs into that area, and also protect you a little bit from the elements. And then in your panorama room at the front, it's a detachable ground sheet which toggles into place, which means that you can certainly take it in and out when you need to clean it very easily. There are a few optional extras available for the tent, including the carpet for the living area at the rear. There's a footprint available to go under for a little bit more protection, and then there are 3 different styles of pods which can be attached onto any of the panels with the zips on the outside. That includes a cuisine pod, a side pod, and also a storage pod. So that's all the features of our Bahia 5. Thank you very much for watching.